I don't know how hot Blazes is, but it's hotter than Blazes here. Alright. Okay, so, of course, I've said a couple of times in doing my channel reviving that this channel was originally started as my weight loss journey journal, if you will. And of course it failed miserably, as every diet I have ever been on in my entire life, starting at 6th grade, I think, 6th or 7th grade. I was in middle school, I know that. And so I have been a chunk most of my life. And I have tried so many different diets. Weight Watchers, I did the military diet, I did the human growth hormone drops, I've done Noom, I've done keto a couple of times, I did low carb, but not really Atkins, but low carb, and counting calories in, calories out. I've done them all. Or not all of them, but I've done a lot. The thing I've done most successfully was keto, low carb, and I got down to, a couple years ago, the lowest I've been in many, many years. And then once I fell off of keto and rolled under the cart and under the bus and down the hill and got run over by the cart and the bus, I put most of it back on plus some. So, back in October last year, 2023, I started a plan called New Wave, and it was, I'm sorry, I've got itchy nose and I've had itchy eye all day. Okay, sorry. Back in October of 2023, I started a program called New Wave, and it was supposed to be, it had some vitamin drops, and it had this plan. It was really mostly low fat and low fat, no carbs, and protein, high protein. And when I started it on October 1st, I was probably at my heaviest. I know I was at my heaviest that I've been in many, many, many years. And I lost about 9 pounds in the first couple of, you were supposed to lose like a pound a day, but I think I lost 2 or 3 in a couple of days, and then stalled. And after I went through all the drops and everything, and I did the stall busters, and the woman who was doing the program with me kept asking me, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, I'm telling her I'm doing everything, but I just can't break this stall. So I lost about 9-ish pounds. And then that lasted for, I think, 8 weeks. And then as soon as I went off the program, I immediately gained it back. So I have been kind of, then I went back to Weight Watchers in January, I think, or in October. I went back to Weight Watchers. I wasn't losing any weight. So eventually what I ended up doing about a month ago, I ended up going and finding a new doctor here where I've moved to, and told him my story about all the different things that I've tried over my lifetime, and asked him if he could find out maybe what was wrong with me. I do know that I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, or polycystic ovary syndrome. I've seen it put both ways. And that does really hurt your ability to lose weight. It makes it a lot harder. And I'm also perimenopause, so I know that's not helping. But I tried, and I would just step on the scale, and I'd either see no results, or I would gain weight, even though I was calorie counting, I was counting my points, I was doing everything, and I was gaining weight. So I just finally broke down and said, I'm going to go to the doctor, and I'm going to see what's going on. And he did all the blood tests and everything, so he decided that Mounjaro would be the thing for me. And I am fortunate that my insurance is paying for it, because I am insulin resistant and probably pre-diabetic, most likely, with the numbers that I have. So they're paying for it. So on I've got my little cheat sheet here. I'm trying to keep track of what's going on and what I'm, how I'm doing this, because I have days when I'm really, really excited, because when I knew I was going to get it and I was waiting for the insurance to approve it, and I was waiting and I was getting excited and excited and excited, and then I started taking it, and then the wheels fell off, and I was afraid that I was seeing a lot of repeat of what always happens on my weight loss attempts. So I wasn't really happy, but I'll go into that. So anyway, on June 22nd, it was a Saturday, I took my first shot of Mounjaro, and I weighed myself that morning. I was at 232.4. Now, when I was at the doctor's office, they said I was 233 and 12.8 ounces. I don't know what that means, because I've never seen it listed like that. It was weird. But that was their number. And so when I started here, that was what I started with. I took the first shot. I put it in my thigh, and holy cow, unless you have a lot of fat, I have fat in my thigh, but I don't have a lot of fat. I highly do not recommend that you do that. It burned, it hurt like an MF, and it was it stung for like a good 10 minutes after it happened. So unless you've got really a lot of fluff in your thighs, do not do it. I don't have a lot of fluff in my thighs, so no. All right, so my first day was a Saturday, and they've got me on the 2.5 because we're doing the loading in for this month. And the first day, first couple hours after I took it, I was fine. I had lunch. I was pretty normal, and then it hit me between lunch and dinner. I got to the point where I did not even want to look at food. I felt so full, and I just had I had half a packet or half a can of tuna and no bread, and that's all I had, and I felt like I had had Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, I was just uncomfortably full that first day. I ate dinner, but I didn't eat nearly as much of it at all, and I just felt bloated and very uncomfortable for the entire rest of the day. The next morning, Sunday morning, I woke up. I didn't want breakfast. I typically don't eat breakfast anyway, so that wasn't anything out of the ordinary. But by the time lunch came around, I wasn't hungry. And dinner, it was just like, I just don't even want to look at food. I felt bloated and just bleh, food, nasty. I don't even want to look at it. So that lasted for about 3 days. It was Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday was actually the first day that I even thought that I might be hungry, and I still couldn't eat. I didn't eat breakfast or lunch, and I ate a little bit of dinner, and I was okay. Wednesday, I was feeling fairly normal by Wednesday, and so then the rest of the week I was pretty much normal. Then Saturday morning, I go, and I'm excited because I haven't eaten very much, and I was just like, I've got to see these. I had been watching YouTube videos about people who were just dropping pounds left and right on the first couple of weeks, and I was just like, I know I have got great news when I step on that scale. And I stepped on that scale, and I was 232.8. I had managed to gain almost a half a pound on this stuff and not eating at all. And I was like, what the F is going on? I have no idea how this happened. Because there were days I didn't eat anything. And that does not make sense. This does not compute. I still to right now, I don't know what happened that first week. So I took my injection, and I did it in my stomach. which was a whole lot better, because I do have a lot of fat here. So I'll put it in there, and I didn't even feel it. I literally did not feel it. I didn't know it was ready until when you click it, it does 2 clicks, and I heard the second click, and I was like, oh, it's done. And I pulled it away, and I had blood from the injection site. So that was, again, the same thing happened this next week. I was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday pretty much bleh with food. Don't want to look at food. Felt bloated. Felt uncomfortably full. And then about Tuesday, I started feeling normal. And then by Thursday or Friday, I was totally back to having a normal appetite. In watching other people about this video, or watching other people videos about their journey as well, I have seen people talk, or heard people talk about something called food noise. And I think for me, since I'm not an overeater, I don't have like that constant. From what I understand, it's when you're thinking about food, it's like, oh, I've got chips in the cabinet, I've got ice cream in the freezer, I've got this in the fridge, and you're constantly thinking about it. So then you go eat it, and then you binge, and then, since I'm not that, I didn't understand what food noise was what even meant. And so to me, I think what it was doing to my brain rather than food noise, I think that might be what was making me feel just like, I don't even want to look at food. Food is just totally gross to me. It's like, the way I felt about it is like when I'm really, really stressed, I don't eat. When I'm really, really stressed, I don't eat. I get to the point where, or on a day like today where it's 98 degrees and I'm just unbearably hot, I don't like, food just makes me nauseous. And I think that's what it's turning on in my brain rather than the whole food noise of, I just don't think about food. So that's my theory. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Don't even play one on TV or YouTube, so I have no idea. But when I weighed myself, so I took the second shot. Same thing happened the second week. So then last Saturday, I weighed myself, and I was at 231.4. I lost almost 1.5 pounds. So I lost that 4.4 of a pound and 1 whole pound in that week. I was watching another YouTuber who does keto in the chaos, I think is her name, and she was talking about getting back on track and how she was weighing daily and then taking that and averaging it to be what her actual everyday weight was. So I thought for that week, for the next coming week, I would start that and do that as well to see what was going on. So that's what I started here, and there's glare on this from my ring light. Okay, so Saturday, bring this up a little closer. So Saturday I started at 231.4, and then Sunday somehow I gained almost 2 pounds again. I swear I don't know what on earth my body does. So then I went up, then I went way down. Sorry, Roland, stop that. Sorry. So then Monday I had gone way down again, and then I went slightly back up again, and then I went back down to where I was. So this is typically how, if I weigh every day, and that was the thing when I was doing that, sorry, it's really hot in here. I don't have central air. I have window and I'm nowhere near one of my units right now. So when I was doing that program, that New Wave, I had to weigh myself every day, and I would get so frustrated, and I would just want to give up because I would get the same thing where I'd go up 3 pounds for no apparent reason. But that's just kind of how it was. So then Thursday, I was down to 229.4. I was so happy because I hit the 220s for the first time in a long time that I've been there. And then Friday morning, I was at 228.8. I was so happy because that was not only the 220s, it was going down. So that was my best day. Sorry, I keep pointing with my middle finger, which I shouldn't be doing. And then this morning when I weighed, I was 229 exactly. So I wrote that down as my actual day number. So that gave me 2.4 for the week, for this week, or since I started. So no, it's not. It was from last week. So I'm at 3 something for the week. Almost three for the since I started. But I keep bouncing back up, so I don't know what that's going on with that. But Monday I have to call the doctor's office and see if he will bump it up, because that was my 4th dose on the 2.4. So hopefully next Saturday, or when I take my next dose next Saturday, it will be the 5. And I'm sort of excited. So if I know I get through this week, or get through the weekend, and on Monday call the doctor's office and get the newer one, the new one and the higher dose, and go up, and hopefully some stuff will start happening, because I've been reading about and watching videos about why I'm not dropping a lot of weight to start with. Some people, I've read some studies done that said some people don't lose until they get up to 7.5 or even 12. And I pray to the Lord that I am not going to be one of those people, because I don't want to keep taking this to that extent. I just want to get myself fixed and the weight off and get to where I don't need it. That, I'm looking at this Mounjaro as a tool for me to get where I need to get, because I don't mind low carb. I like living the low carb life. I enjoy cooking keto things. I enjoy eating keto things. I have been doing it so long, excuse me, that I don't even blink when I go to get a hamburger and I rip the bun off. I don't even think twice about it. So that's not the issue for me. The issue for me is I'm fighting against my own body in many ways to get it to say, hey, dump this fat. And from what I'm understanding, Mounjaro is better than Ozempic and Wegovy, because it has an extra component in it that makes the liver do that. And I'm hoping that with eating low carb and eating kind of keto anyway, this is going to be just a tool to get me kicked into gear, because it seems like right now I'm kind of just stuck. And that's how I feel right now. I feel like I'm stuck because I can't go anywhere. I do everything right. I even had a nutritionist tell me that when I was in my health insurance's weight loss program. She would look at my food diary and she said, "You're doing everything right." I think that was when I was doing calories in, calories out. But she just couldn't figure out what was going on. That if I'm really eating this stuff, which I really was, why are you not losing weight? And that's been my frustration. And I feel like there's a lot of accusations among people who see somebody like me and see me for my size and automatically assume that I'm an unhealthy eater. I binge eat, or I do whatever it is that I eat loads of, I eat down a bag of potato chips at one setting. There's a lot of misconceptions about that, when right now I'm fighting against myself, my internal works to drop the pounds. So that's what I'm looking for with the Mounjaro. I'm looking for it to be a tool to use to get where I'm going, not a magic pill, because I know it's not a magic pill. I know I've got to put in the work, and Lord knows I have put in the work and not seen results. So that's where I hope to be. So I'm going to share my injection with you. So if you're squeamish or you don't want to see, turn away now. Okay. So this is my last one here. Okay. And then, so this is it. This is what you do. You I got a visitor here. You take this off that way. And then there's a lock here. So you unlock it and then you press this and you press it down again. So last week I did it over here. First week I did it my thigh, which was painful. And then then I did it here because it's fat. And last week I did it on this side, so I think I'll do it back on this side. So really you just find a fat area. You put this in and then you push it and then you push it again and it'll do its thing. And there you got a little piece of blood right there from it. And I go get a swab and mark it off. So that's it. That's all you do. All right. Well, I am so grateful that you stopped by to watch this video. This is the first in my series of Mounjaro, the Mounjaro adventure. So if you were here for weight loss content originally or are curious about this, how Mounjaro works, for me at least, I hope you stick around. I hope you give me a like or a subscribe. Really would like that subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and get notifications when I upload next week and future weeks about what I'm doing. I'm also, since I said I've been low carb and keto, so I do want to share some low carb and keto foods that I make. Probably not right now because like I said, it is hotter than the 7th ring of hell right now. And my kitchen isn't operating to cook right now. It's gonna be cold for now, but once it gets cool enough, there's some things I want to try, some things I want to bake, and so I'll probably be doing that later in a few more months. So it cools off. All right, but again, I'm so grateful you stopped by, and I hope to see you in the next Mounjaro adventure installment, and maybe some other videos that are not cooking, that maybe are dog related, corgi related, or craft or thrifting related, or anything else that I do here on my crazy channel. So, bye. Thanks for watching.